At Act Now Hypnosis and Wellness Center, we ensure your success through customized, proven systems that thousands of people have benefited from to gain control over their lives and free themselves from unwanted habits, behaviors, and emotions.
You can always expect the highest level of advanced clinical hypnotherapy programs, carefully combined with scheduling flexibility, professional and senior discounts, and of course, courteous service. Our staff is here for you 24/7.
Act now for lasting results.
So, Eric, what brought you to seek hypnosis in the first place?
Okay, well, I've been an alcoholic for my entire adult life, basically, and went to an AA meeting. This wasn't for me. I figured it's going to be something I need to do proactively rather than reactively. And being a retired Connecticut State Trooper, I've had opportunity to do many things in my diverse career, which was great. But one of the things that happened to me is I was involved in a shooting, and I had a guy try to run me over with his vehicle. And I was able to get out of the way of the vehicle and fire around at him, which struck him. And about a mile down the road, he ended up stopping. Well, his attorney, 2 years later, is suing me personally, okay, for $250,000 in the department for $10 million.
Wow.
Okay, so at the time, my state-appointed attorney, we consulted, and the question from the defense, or from the victim or the shooting person, was that why didn't you shoot the car? Why did you have to shoot the driver? Well, I've got a 3,000-pound missile aiming at me, and a little 9mm 40 caliber bullet isn't going to stop that missile coming at me. So the key thing is you take out the navigation system. Okay, so using that philosophy in my own trying to heal is I can stop the alcohol bottle, but the navigation system is still working the way it was working.
Right.
So I need to stop the navigation system. That's why I think the hypnosis was the best one for me to take.
How was it affecting your life, and what was going on with you?
My wife and I were having a lot of difficulties, and there were times I just wasn't me. And it's just a total personality change, a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing. And as nice as I could be at one point, is as nasty as I could be at another. And it was time. It was time for a change.
Gotcha. Okay. How much of a problem do you think that drinking is in our world today, in our society here?
Again, being on the Connecticut State Police now, my job was different because as a state trooper, there's 169 towns and cities in the state of Connecticut, only 67 of which have their own department. Okay, so we covered the rest.
Right.
Okay, so there would be myself covering 4 towns and maybe a section of highway. And I could say that 98 or 99% of all the dealings I had were either drug or alcohol related.
Huge.
So
Huge.
as a law enforcement officer, I saw that was a terrible, terrible problem.
Yeah, absolutely. What other problems were you experiencing because of it?
Just my own personality. I didn't like who I was becoming, and again, the interaction between my wife and I was a main thing for me to say, it's time to make a break on this and time to stop it.
Had you tried anything else in order to stop it?
I tried on my own, but you can't do it on your own. And like I said earlier, the AA just wasn't for me.
Right.
And so I want to hit that navigational system and get it taken care of.
Absolutely. What were your thoughts about hypnosis prior to starting hypnosis yourself?
I was open-minded to it. Okay, it's not for everybody, I can say that, but probably you got to be ready for it, and you got to be open to it. And I think if you are those things, then it's going to help you tremendously.
Gotcha. And what have you noticed since you started using hypnosis?
I'm much more relaxed. I'm much calmer. Danny's given me the skills to give me some exercises to use to when I start getting upset, just take a deep breath and stop and relax and go.
Excellent. What's been the response from other people, your wife and people, your social friends and things like that?
Nobody else knows I'm doing this except for my wife.
Okay.
And she's very happy that I'm doing this. It's taking a positive step for her too. It's showing her that I'm willing to make a change. And when I was doing it on my own, it would last for a week, 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden back to it again. You know, and that's not happening now.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Well, what do you have plans for your future now that it's behind you that you maybe wouldn't have ever considered before?
Geez, I don't know. Being retired, I have a decent pension, and I'm not really working. I'm not seeking work, but I think just enjoying my life as it is, and you know, going out and enjoying Disney since we're in the area, and going down to the Keys and relaxing. Before I was a little bit afraid to go on a trip because I didn't know where I was going to be able to get a bottle of booze.
Gotcha.
You know,
That's you.
sleepwalking. I'm a sleepwalker when I'm drinking.
Gotcha.
You know, that stopped. So far, so good.
Perfect.
And, you know, I mean, one funny story, we went on, Danielle's dad took us to Hawaii 2 years ago for his birthday, and it happened to be over New Year's. Okay, so at one point, there was an ABC drugstore that's open 24 hours on the corner, and they have sandwiches and things like that. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sound asleep. I'm going out in the hallway. I'm in sleep pants and a t-shirt.
Oh my God.
I'm going out to get a sandwich. But I had no clue what I was doing.
Right.
You know, Danielle's yelling for me, and I talk just like I'm talking right now when I'm sleepwalking. It's just, no one would ever know I'm sleepwalking.
Of course.
Okay, so she's yelling for me to get back in the room. I'm like, oh, all right, you know, whatever. Turn around, went back in the room. But the next morning, I realized I was going down to get a sandwich.
That's great. Would you recommend other people try hypnosis?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Again, like I said, it's maybe not for everybody, but if you're willing to give it a shot and you're open-minded for it, I definitely would recommend it.
Perfect. All right, and just one last closing thought. What would you tell other people that are watching this?
You got to give yourself a chance. You got to try it for yourself. I tried for years on my own to do it. When I was younger, I was successful for a couple years, but I went right back to it again. And you need help. There's definitely, you need help doing that. And coming back to the navigational system, the body can heal from the alcohol, but if the mind isn't healing from it, and you're still using that as a scapegoat, then you're going to keep going back to it until you get the programming changed.